I don't know. We'll find out in a second here.
Are we like literally live
Well,
or figuratively live?
Literally, figuratively. It's not showing on my phone. I'm trying to see if it's showing us live.
How long of a delay is it? Andrew usually does this stuff.
Yeah, Andrew usually... also, Andrew is good at stuff.
Well, but why does he leave us? You guys both did like, I'm going to take a vacation like right in the middle of football season.
Wait. Oh, it's showing live stream. Oh, wait, there we are.
We're live.
We are live. That was the most professional start to a show that anyone has ever experienced in the history of the world. It was the most beautiful professional start to a show.
We are.
Nobody's ever seen anything like it before.
Ever before.
Most amazing. And you're glad that you're watching.
I'm still trying to edit the show sheet as we're talking about it.
Now, I think this would be the time that we start the show.
Uh-oh.
So
Are you
me,
sure?
Michelle, Sasha, Malia.
Sasha? Who's Sasha?
Well, I did Trump, so I felt like I had to do Obama. It was a really good Obama.
Was
Like,
it?
so
I thought you were still doing Trump.
No, it's because I did this. I shouldn't have done that. It was the hand motion. I know threw you off, but that was a spot on Obama.
Was it? Was it?
Well, it was either spot on or spot off, but definitely one of those two things.
Is that like one of those like? Oh shoot! Dang it! I'll think of one of those words where it's like it's not infamous, but and famous. But, it's like one of those things measured or, gosh dang it, whelmed. There we go.
Oh, can you be whelmed?
Can you be whelmed or is it just under and over? There's no actual whelm.
I think you can be whelmed in Europe. But can you be whelmed? Everything's a little different in Europe. I don't know if you can be whelmed here in America.
Yeah. Andrew just texted us, so I'm actually going to say, watch us live now.
He'll be proud of how good we are at this without him.
Is he going to be proud?
He's going to be so proud. In fact, who needs a producer? It will be proved by this show. No, that's not true. In fact, even a couple weeks ago, we did a show from this very garage, which is my garage, by the way.
Wasn't that last week?
No, it was 2 weeks ago, right?
Was it?
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We did a show from this garage, but we had Andrew here, and his technology, he was able to go bibbidi-bobbidi-boo and make it so we could, like, play audio through the box into the computer, and it functioned like...
He did magic stuff.
Pretty close to normal, but not with, like, the power of demons. He used the power of technology.
Ooh. What's the difference?
AI is...
So we used Andrew. We used AG instead of AI.
We used AI Andrew Intelligence.
Oh.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. So, yeah, he was able to play, like, all the sounds and stuff, and we had commercials like normal. And then when I got control of the mouse, I started just clicking random sounds. There won't be any of that today because we don't have anybody who actually professionally does their job. It's just the two of us. So it's going to be a slightly different show, but we're going to still talk about Seahawks. We're going to talk about Mariners. We're going to talk, most importantly, about local sports. I watched Montesano beat down Tenino on Friday night. Aberdeen had a really interesting game against WF West. I think we definitely need to talk about. So let's get into it. Where do we want to start?
Well, I'm still editing stuff, but I think we should probably start with the local sports roundup.
Okay.
And since I'm like editing things on the fly, why don't you meander your way through the nonsense that I have on there right now?
Okay, so pretend there's music in the background. Oh, wait, is somebody going to say words, or are we just going to both do music?
Both do different music.
Okay. I think we nailed that.
We did.
Montesano, though, beat Tenino, as I mentioned, on Friday night, 49-0. Bulldogs senior quarterback Tyson Perry had 4 touchdowns in this game. I think actually if you look at the stat sheet, his was the one that really popped. I think the thing that stood out to me the most was that they had almost 400 yards of total offense. And if you look at guys gaining yards from scrimmage, there wasn't anybody over 100, I don't think, which is pretty crazy. But, yeah, Tyson Perry had a great game, threw 4 touchdowns, one of them to Tarek Gunter. That was what got scoring going at the beginning of the game. He also threw another one to Mason Fry later in the first quarter. And then the one that he threw to Torn Kreitz that gave him a 28-0 lead entering the half. That was just an absolute dime. Like, gorgeous throw. Great play. And then he threw another one to Cole Kesbu at the end of the game, and that was more of a catch and run. Cole caught it around the line of scrimmage, made a couple moves, got to the sideline. But great game by Tyson Perry. He looked really sharp for Monty.
Yeah, I think it finished 11 for 15, 215 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
No turnovers.
4 different Bulldogs receivers caught at least 2 passes in the game. And Kreitz had 3 for 62 yards and a touchdown in that one. And Tenino did jack squat, which we love to see.
Take that, Tenino.
Love to see it. I think it's Lucas Lusk scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter on runs of 10 and 13 yards for a 14-0 lead against Raymond South Bend. That would be Willapa.
PL Willapa Valley.
PL Willapa Valley. PWV. How do they decide which initials go first in those combo schools? Have you ever thought about that? Like,
I think
it's PWV.
Which school is more important?
And it's Raymond South Bend. RSB. Why wasn't it South Bend Raymond? Why
Is it alphabetical?
SBR or Raymond South Bend PL? Oh, maybe it is alphabetical.
Oh. Or maybe they flip a coin.
That's how I decide things.
Or
in my
maybe
household.
It's Mortal Kombat.
Like,
2 people. You send your strongest man. We send our strongest man. They fight to the death. And then whoever wins gets their school's name first.
Mortal Kombat. Anyway, Lucas Lusk scoring tutties. I didn't say that. Touchdowns. The Titans extended their lead on a Spud Swagger. That's a great name. 4-yard scoring run and went up 27-0 at the half when Eddie Clement scooped up a Raymond's fumble deep inside PWV territory and scampered 90 yards for the back-breaking touchdown. A 30-yard touchdown run from senior Blaine King put PWV up 33-0 as the Raymonds broke the shutout bid to standout senior back Chris Banker, who broke loose for a 52-yard touchdown. Yeah, dude, Banker's going to score. It's hard to keep him from not scoring. That dude's good. King would score his second touchdown of the game on a 55-yard pass from senior quarterback Brody Ritzman, putting on the Ritz, man, with 3:30 left in the third quarter to secure the victory. The victory was already secured, just throwing that out there. Banker led all rushers in that game with 176 yards on 20 carries as a workhorse, an average of 8.8 yards per carry. Lusk finished with 166 on 13 carries. That's no slouch. 12.8 average. 2 touchdowns, earning the praise of his head coach. King finished with 62 yards on 6 carries, while Ritzman finished with 38 yards and completed 2 of 3 passes for 77 yards and a touchdown. Freshman John Hamilton had 9 total tackles, while Clements had 7 total tackles and 2 fumble recoveries for 2 fumble recoveries for 107 yards. Wow. Well, I mean, you got the 90-yard one and then apparently another 27-yard run. That's impressive. As PWV romped over RSV.
17?
What?
Did we do bad? Did we do Monty math there? 90 plus.
I did. I said 27 instead of 17.
Oh, you can't do Monty math. You're from Hoquiam. Just because you're in Montesano right now doesn't mean you can do Monty math.
It still weirds me out that this is Montesano. It feels like Central Park.
Still counts.
Oh.
Speaking of PWV, I was at my son's college football game. Cody Strozik.
Cody
playing for Lewis and Clark.
Oh, nice.
College, yeah. He had a couple tackles. It's in Portland. Yeah.
I would not have guessed that Lewis and Clark would be in Portland.
Yeah.
I would have thought, like, Eastern Oregon or something.
Guess what their mascot is?
Is it a Pioneer.
Yes, it is a Pioneer.
Yeah.
Good guessing.
Nailed it.
A woeful second half and the jinxing of the voice of Grays Harbor, Ian Cope, spoiled Aberdeen's upset bid in a 56-21 Do you think Ian will think that's funny?
You told me that. You told me about this. I didn't hear the broadcast.
Yeah.
But
he didn't respond when I put it in our text group.
Ooh, he jinxed him bad.
I shouldn't have said it out loud. I feel bad now. I don't think he actually jinxed him, but he did. Spoiled Aberdeen's upset bid in a 56-21 loss to WF West on Friday in Chehalis. The Bobcats, who are now 3-2 overall, faced an uphill climb before kickoff as leading rusher and star running back Micah Schroeder was unable to play due to a hip injury, and Adonis Hammonds, their deep threat receiver, also was out in the game. But even without those,
I didn't know about Adonis's injury.
Yeah, I think it's a collarbone, maybe.
Ooh.
I don't know how serious it is, but I hope he can get back on the field soon.
Yeah.
We'll be praying for him. Without those two big time featured weapons, Aberdeen fell behind 7-0 early in the first quarter, but thundered back, and actually they ended up taking a 21-13 lead with a minute left to play in the first half before WF West drove down and scored with all zeros on the clock before halftime, and then made a 2-point conversion. So it went from being a 21-13 Bobcat lead. At this point, when Aberdeen had the 21-13 lead, Ian was incredibly excited on the radio broadcast, started talking about how special this Aberdeen team feels. And then, unfortunately, everything fell apart. So they ended up going into halftime with a tie game, and then WF West totally controlled the second half. But for Aberdeen, I know that Riley Wixon had an 80-yard touchdown run, and Gabe Matthews had a big game, too. I know he had a bunch of catches. Gabe Matthews Band. I know he had a lot of catches. I don't see in here if his stat line is there.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't get it.
But that's okay. But Mason Hill went 17 for 30 passing with 217 yards and 2 touchdowns with 1 interception. And big time shout out to Gabe Matthews, because I know, especially in the first half, he had a great game.
Yeah.
So a really, really good first half showing for Aberdeen against a team that they haven't beat since 2007.
It's been a while.
It's been almost 20 years since they've beaten WF West.
If they beat him in 2007, then it would have been the year after I left, because I graduated in the spring of 2007. Okay, interesting. And that interception, by the way, was a last play of the game.
Okay.
Chuck. So almost one of those where you're like, man, that shouldn't even be on the stat line there for Mason. Elma's defense couldn't stop Rochester. Should I say anything else? Because 62-8, my guy.
That's tough.
Rochester had, I'm just going to say this, Rochester had 3 players rush for over 100 yards. If you know their offense, that doesn't surprise you if they scored that many touchdowns. Whew. It was a rough night for Elma.
Yeah.
I'm going to move on. I'm going to break one of our show rules.
Which is?
It's the no grubs rule.
Oh.
We're going to move on to golf. Oh. Wait, I forgot the scores. No, you can do golf. You can break the grubs rule.
I could do the football scores.
Darn it.
Okay, you break the no grubs rule. I'm going to round up the rest of the scores. We had a 44-40 win for Hoquiam at Tootle Lake. I believe that makes the Grizzlies 3-2 on the season.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Been a really good start.
Yeah.
For Hoquiam compared to what the last few seasons have been.
My dad's at Pacific Care right now, and he said all he kept hearing from Olympic Stadium was touchdown Hoquiam.
I'm so glad to hear that. Wakayakum beat Ocosta 74-14. Nacelle beat North Beach 70-20. Oakville beat Tahola 50-8. And Wishkah Valley beat Mary M. Knight 54-12.
In golf, Montesano defeated Aberdeen 162-171 on Thursday at the Grace Harbor Country Club in Aberdeen. The Bulldogs were led by Aaron Black and Colton Grubb. Darn it, broke the rule. Each of whom shot a 39 over 9 holes to earn co-medalist of the match honors, along with Aberdeen's Grady Ainsworth. Black made par on 3 of the round's first 4 holes and finished with 6 pars on the day. Grubb's round was highlighted by a birdie on the par 4 6th hole and parred out on 3 holes total. Rufus Krasowski, 41, and Caden Grubb, 43 rounded out Montesano's top 4 scores in the match. Aberdeen was led by Ainsworth, who made par on 5 holes. Made par, on 5 holes for his co-medalist score of 39, his lowest round of the season. Ainsworth was joined on the Bobcats leaderboard by Tice Green with a 41, Isaac McCarty with a 44, and Nolan Hood at 47. And I got to say, shout out to my nephew. Played his first JV match for the Aberdeen squad because they have a huge team apparently. But he played his first JV match. And in a downpour earlier in the week at Highland Golf Course, he shot a 53 in an absolute mess. So not bad for your first
killer.
Yeah.
How do you feel seeing him as a Bobcat?
It hurts.
Yeah.
We watched the football game together. We watched the Myrtle Street game. And his dad and I were like definitely still rooting for the Grizzlies. But we were sitting in the Bobcat section, and Logan was like, yeah. And we were like, this sucks.
I am starting to feel more and more like when I thought I was making a funny joke when he was little and I put him in a future Bobcat sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Was I being prophetic?
Maybe. If you
'Cause
do
at
that
that
to my
point-
son, I'll punch you in the face.
I think that his body would reject it.
It might. Also, I don't know the rules about anything, but there's a decent chance we'll be living in Aberdeen, but I'm just going to say shh.
Homeschool kids, there's no rules.
Thank you.
Andrew, by the way, jumped into the chat, and he apologized to everyone for the poor quality of the show. And then when we were talking about how he used magic, he said he actually used the power of the Force.
Oh.
Which I think is a Star Trek reference.
You think?
Yeah.
Dude, if you're going to be a proper nerd, you need to learn about some of these things.
Yeah. So are you telling me it's not a Star Trek reference?
Did you say Star Trek?
I did, yeah.
Oh my! You did that on purpose.
No.
Yes, you did. On purpose.
Moving to prep volleyball, Aberdeen beat WF West. Take that.
Yeah.
Chehalis. Suck it, Lewis County. Aberdeen volleyball beat WF West in straight sets despite a recent rash of injuries. Aberdeen gutted out a straight set victory over WF West on Thursday.
How do you get an injury rash? That sounds miserable.
It sounds uncomfortable.
Yeah.
WF West on Thursday at Sam Ben Gymnasium in Aberdeen. The Bobcats, which are now 7-1 overall, defeated the Bearcats by scores of 25-15, 25-21, and 25-21.
They're good.
Already missing 2 players entering the game, Aberdeen's fortunes worsened when senior starting outside hitter Maddie Ritter was scratched from the lineup due to plantar fasciitis.
Dude,
that hurts.
Dude, Daily World has some details about the injuries. That you didn't read it in the Monty story.
Yeah.
But apparently Chris Tobar dealing with an ingrown toenail.
I saw that.
Dude,
yeah.
they got the details, man.
I was going to say it, but I just didn't want to put his business out there, you know?
Well, he's
Kickers in their toes.
He's drilling kicks left and right.
Yeah, he is. Kid's a killer.
Sorry.
Should have been Athlete of the Week last week.
Oh, snap.
Shortly thereafter, starting defensive specialist Daniela Alaves Oropeza rolled her ankle while returning on the service line and recorded an ace in what head coach Desiree Glanz dubbed a freak accident, leaving the Bobcats with just 1 reserve player on the bench, but behind another solid performance from the likes of junior libero Sophie Knudsen.
Wait, how's she still a junior?
Yeah, she's been playing sports forever. Behind Sophie Knudsen, she's good, by the way. Junior setter Mia Halleck, also real good. And senior middle blockers Haley Johnner and Dallin Williams. The Bobcats were able to secure a victory. Their offense was led by Williams and senior outside hitter Hadley Lowry with 7 and 6 kills respectively, while Halleck dished out a game-high 19 assists. That's a lot.
Montesano took down Rochester in straight sets 3-0. They overcame some atypical play en route to a straight set victory at Beau Griffith Memorial Gymnasium. They defeated the Warriors 25-14, 26-24, and 25-23, so pretty close in those second 2 sets. Montesano was led by middle blocker Carmen Benefeld, I know that name, who had a team-high 7 kills and was the spearhead of the Bulldogs' defense. Libero Bentley Warney had 10 digs, and setter McKenna Blankus went 19 for 19 in service with 4 aces and 21 assists. And Dickinson was commended the coach commended the play of freshman hitter Ashlyn Lytle, who came off the bench and played really good defense in the second and third sets.
Raymond South Bend earned a key 2B Pacific League victory in straight sets with a win over North Beach on Thursday at North Beach. The Ravens, who are now 5-2 overall and 2-0 in Pacific 2B League play, defeated the Hyaks, who are now 6-3 overall and 3-2 in league play, 25-17, 25-11, and 25-17 in what RSB head coach Julie Jewell called a competitive match with high energy and fast tempo. RSB was led by do-it-all senior Ava Bauer, who went perfect from the service line with an ace, had a team-high 11 kills, and dug out 7 balls while dishing out 6 assists. She just did all the things.
Everything.
Sophomore setter Malin Torres Quintana had 15 assists to lead RSB, while senior middle blocker Cassie Koski had 10 digs, along with Bauer, who is credited by Jewell for her performance at the net.
Oh, wait, I did that wrong. Oh, Costa beat Lake Quinaul 3-0. Costa played well in a straight set victory. They defeated the Elks 25-12, 25-17, and 25-15. Acosta was led by Veronica Gruber with 10 kills and Bella Pratt with 11 digs. Freshman Annabelle Wolfe came off the bench to add 3 service points, 2 off of aces to contribute to the victory.
Victory. I like it. Willapa Valley, sticking with volleyball, kept pace with league-leading Nacelle with a straight-set victory over Wishkah Valley on Wednesday in Willapa Valley in Menlo. The Vikings are 8-1 now overall, 6-1 in league play, and defeated the Logarettes by scores of 25-14, 25-7, and 25-9 to remain half a game behind the Comets for the top spot in the 1B Coastal League. Sophomore middle blocker Tyler Keaton, she's real good at softball too, and senior middle blocker Paisley Hurley had 3 kills apiece, while senior setter Arizel Neva, Azriel Neva, my bad, had 4 assists to lead the Vikings.
Oh, we are now moving on to girls prep soccer, as this one, Justin, this one might have the athlete of the week in it. Just throwing this out there.
Is it Lex?
Because
she scores a lot of goals.
Did you just spoil it? Spoiler.
Don't know.
Jeez. Montesano's romp through the first cycle of league opponents continue on Thursday with an 8-0 mercy rule victory over Rochester at Jack Rotto Field in Montesano. They dominated from start to finish. Anytime you win 8-0, it's a blowout. Stanfield hooked up with fellow standout forward Jalen Butterfield for a goal in the 9th minute, with Butterfield dribbling around a defender, then sending across to Stanfield, who took one dribble at the top of the 18-yard box and placed a shot just inside the right post for the game's first goal. In the 23rd minute, Butterfield received a pass from freshman defender Jacqueline Fairbairn on the counterattack and used her speed to race towards the 18, slotting a shot past the keeper with the defender on her hip to get to the 2-0 lead. I then decided that putting down more information was useless since they won 8-0, and I just,
there's just
who scored the
barf of information about
who
this
just
game.
scored. So Stanfield, Butterfield.
I think it was 4 for Stanfield and 2 for Butterfield.
There we go. And then
it looks like Robinson
and
Hill.
So lots of goals.
Lots of Butterfield and Stanfield goals.
Yes.
Something about having field in your name.
Oh.
On the field. Wait, no, it's the pitch.
Oh.
It's not the field in soccer, it's the pitch.
Well, why are they so good then when their name's Field?
Also, Butterfield sounds slippery. Like if you were playing on a Butterfield, that would be hard.
That would be hard. That would be hard to do. You'd be sliding all over the place.
You'd be sliding all over the place. A Stanfield sounds like something you could run on. Like it sounds sturdy. A Stanfield. Yeah.
Like it's close to stand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a Butterfield sounds like they're like opposites. They contrast each other. That's probably why it works so well.
Okay, so how many Stanfield?
I think 4.
4?
I think 4 Stanfield, 2 Butterfield.
I realized that I copied down the same thing twice, so you might have to.
It's actually more than twice if you keep scrolling down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I've got to the next one. WF West.
Oh, wow. Why did I do that?
I have no idea, but I got through it. WF West beat Aberdeen in soccer on Thursday in Chehalis 2-0.
Why did I put that on there?
The Bobcats dropped to 4-4-1 and 0-3 overall in league play.
Elma took down Sporks.
The Fartons?
Yeah, the Fartons. The Eagles rallied from down 1-0 in a halftime and got the win. Elma took advantage of better scoring opportunities in the second half to tie the game when midfielder Zippy Valentine sent a short through ball to Chelsea Plata, who scored in the 50th minute. In the game's final minute buzzer beater, Valentine played a key role once again, sending another well-placed through pass to Chloe Denace, who slotted the ball past Spartans keeper to give Elma the 2-1 victory. Take that, Sporks Spartans. That's going to do it for our local sport roundup. Local sports roundup.
Spokal Lords.
Dude, we've got like
Fartons.
Instruments in here. We should have had like your wife play.
You want to grab the guitar
music.
and play some? You can play the guitar.
It's probably not tuned.
It's an electric acoustic. It's definitely not tuned.
It's so
100% it's not tuned, but it has a tuner on it. Isn't that what that is at the end there?
yeah, but that takes a while
Okay.
because like you know me, I'm always looking to show off,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna say it's probably not tuned.
You just looked me in the eyes and said, "You know me. I'm always looking to show off."
Yeah, it's true.
And I said, "Yeah,
yeah,
yeah."
yeah. How are we doing commercials today?
We just talk about them. I think.
Okay, so we're sponsored. Surprisingly, we normally have a producer, which makes us better. But
Not good, but better.
better. We are sponsored by the law office of Jeffrey A. Domashevitz and Spivey Realty Group. First of all, Justin, if you had a legal problem, who would you turn to?
Well, when I have legal problems, of which I have many, I turn to the law office of Jeffrey A. Domashevitz, no relation, and he just cleans all those up for me.
You know
Just
what?
sweeps them under the rug. It's like none of it ever happened.
I don't think that's what you're supposed to say.
Don't worry about it.
I also will probably talk to the law office of Jeffrey A. Domashevitz because he knows more about contracts than I do, and I think I'm going to have to talk to him about something at some point.
He knows so much about contracts.
And real estate law?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
tax law.
And tax law?
Yeah, and
Wait,
estate
there's
planning.
laws about taxes?
Yes, and estate planning. Like wills and stuff.
Are you supposed to pay taxes?
Me or you?
Me.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
I might have to talk to the law office of Jeffrey A. Domashevitz.
Probably should do that.
You know what I've heard about Spivey Realty Group?
What's that?
They're the #1 realty provider in Grays Harbor.
Are they?
That's what
Is
I've
that
heard.
like a realty group that you would want on your side?
You know what? I would want them on my side.
Yeah.
You know, they're tech enhanced and community focused.
Yeah.
Check
That's
'em out.
amazing.
Yeah.
I drove by their office the other day, and it looked so much like an office that I was like, that's an office I would want to go to.
You know what? I feel really bad, but I forgot what their website is. Darn it.
I think it's Spivey Realty Group.
Nope. I think you're wrong.
It's Spivey Realty.
I think you're wrong.
You know, Spivey does multiple
It's-
things too.
It's GraceHarborRealEstate.com.
GraysHarborRealEstate.com is actually what I said the first time before you corrected me. So go to GraysHarborRealEstate.com. Spivey does not only realty stuff, but they have like property management.
Yes.
They do rentals. They do a lot of
They
stuff.
do everything.
Literally everything. They sell ice cream even. So if you go by the Spivey Realty Group office, tell them that you want ice cream and that Daniel Hargrove sent you.
Darn. You had to throw me under the bus there. Let's move on to our Spivey Athlete of the Week.
Yeah.
Justin, according to my show sheet, we have nominees and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you leave me in charge of the show sheet. I'm sorry, everyone.
Everyone forgives you.
I'll do better. Also, you need to teach me how to do the graphics. Maybe we'll do that after the show today.
Maybe. We'll see. Well, we did get a nominee on the comments for Tyson Perry, who
Yes.
threw 4 touchdowns and over 200 yards for
Yep.
Montesano in their win over the much-hated Tenino Beavers on Friday. We got a couple of mentions for
Dude,
Knight Turpin
do you
from
know
Hoquiam.
Yes, we did. But also, do you know how much it pains me that Tenino's mascot is the Beavers?
Yeah. Did you notice that I never say take that Beavers anymore? I always say take that Tenino. Because every time I say take that Beavers, you go,
I appreciate it.
I like watching you cringe.
Thank you.
Knight Turpin from Hoquiam had a pick 6 in the first quarter and a 50-yard kickoff return for a touchdown as time expired in the first half, and a whole bunch of tackles. Thank you to Jamie for sending in that nomination with some stats there. That is helpful.
Yeah, and I heard from one of his coaches who wasn't at the game but watched some of the film, and tackles all over the place. Said he was everywhere on defense.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who else we got? Tyson Perry. Oh, we got one for the whole offensive line for Montesano. And then we got one that says the 6th grade team. I'm assuming that's Montesano.
Yes, got to be.
They've outscored their opponents something like 150-20 and haven't lost and are a highlight reel team. And Ryan Delgado says, I want to see highlight videos. So if you know Ryan and you have videos, send them. Send him some.
Yeah. I got to be honest with this whole offensive line nomination.
Yeah.
We don't really do that. we usually like if there was if there was a specific lineman.
Justin and I kind of just dislike doing that.
If there was I can't even really explain why.
I don't know.
We get nominations for like, I want to give athlete of the week to this whole team.
And
we're always like, nah. We're going to pick one person. Like at the very most, we'll pick a duo.
Yeah.
Like if there's we love a good offense-defense combo.
Dude.
If there's a big win and there's an offense-defense combo.
We love that offense-defense combo.
But if you want an offensive lineman to get athlete of the week, you got to be more specific.
Yeah.
You got to give me one. Like, is it Kyle Caton? Is it Nathan Dowler? I'm just going to name Montesano. Is it Max Peterson? I'm just going to name the offensive lineman for Montesano. Is it one of those guys? Could be. But if it is, I need to know how many pancakes they had. And not just for breakfast.
I want pancakes.
How many pancakes they had on the field. I want to know what they did to dominate the person in front of them. And if you want to do that, you want to break that down, send it to us. We'll be happy to. But I don't think in the history of our show we've ever given athlete of the week to a group.
Yeah.
Anything more than 2 people.
Yep. I'm going to nominate somebody.
Is it me?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to nominate Lex Stanfield.
Okay.
Because we talked about those 4 goals in the Rochester game.
Yeah.
Let's see. She had 1, another assist, 2, 3. She had another 3 and at least 1 more assist in the Hoquiam game that week.
I got to say, from looking at the comments, you're getting some support on this whole I don't pay taxes thing.
Oh, really? Who else doesn't pay taxes?
Yeah, both the Gross boys, Little Daniel and Andrew, said that tax is theft or tax is actually extortion.
Oh.
So I think your libertarian friends are on your side in the fact that federal income tax should not exist.
Yes.
So good on you.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to distract from the Lex Stanfield love, but
she scored lots of goals.
She always scores lots of goals. She's really good at soccer.
I think that we just kind of stopped giving her awards when we probably should stop doing that.
How many awards have we given to a Stanfield over the years?
I think that's another thing that she gets. So we see Stanfield and we're like, we gave them a bunch of awards. But they're different ones.
When we were talking...
They're different Stanfields.
They are different Stanfields. We were talking to Samantha Stanfield at the wiffle ball tournament.
Well, and this was a great conversation.
It was a really good conversation.
Go listen to the wiffle ball one because we asked her point blank, who's the best Stanfield?
Right.
I don't remember what she said. But
she was uncomfortable answering.
She wanted it to be her so bad.
Well, I wanted her to say it was her. She kind of danced around it.
She did.
And then even when I was trying to be like, okay, well, I remember I was covering sports when Samantha Stanfield was scoring hat tricks as a freshman left and right.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, but who's the best soccer player in your family? And she was like, oh, no, soccer is Michaela's thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on. Right? Because like Jessica, if it was like Samantha was also a great softball player.
Yeah.
But Jessica was a phenomenal softball player who hit a buttload of dingers. So if she wanted to be like, okay, softball is Jessica's thing, that's fine. But like, Sam, we're not going to downplay how good you were at soccer.
Right.
Michaela, also great at soccer.
Yeah.
So this is the third Stanfield girl who's incredible at soccer.
Yep.
I'm just kind of worn out. I'm kind of worn out on Stanfields.
It's not Lex's fault.
It's not Lex's fault. She's great. She seems like a nice kid.
Yeah.
She seems like a really nice kid.
Sure.
But I'm going to hold it against her. It's not fair.
No.
And it's not right. But I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay. Then where are you leaning for this? What? Give me your thought process.
I thought it was going to be me.
What did you do this week?
Nothing. I watched a football game, and then I watched another football game.
Well, I want to hear about those football games.
Yeah. We should
Or at
talk
least-
about them. We should name an athlete of the week first, and then we
Okay.
should talk about them.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I think that with like a really strong nod to Tyson Perry, because if you look at like what did our football teams do, and I think football kind of dominates our show this time of year, every year.
Yeah.
What did our football teams do as a whole? Really nice win for Hoquiam.
Yep.
We don't really have full stats. Really happy for Knight Turpin. He had a good game. But we don't
trying to get more stats too. Like I was reaching out, trying to get more stats for him too.
So we don't have full information from that one. If you look at the Monty game, that was a big win over Tenino. Tenino was undefeated going into that. They were actually 5th in the RPI.
Dude, just throwing it. Knight we do have the stats.
Yeah.
He had at least 23 yards on a pick 6 and a 50-yard kickoff return for a touchdown.
Which is awesome. Seriously awesome.
Yeah.
So
I'm just gonna say those are the only stats we had, but we also
if we
know
had
that he
tackle
tackled,
stats, that would be helpful. Like,
Yeah.
did he have 15 tackles, or is a lot of tackles for him 7? Like, that would be useful information, but unfortunately we don't have it. And I also understand information like that is kind of difficult to get for a lot of these high school teams. So, but like, definitely Knight Turpin, great game. I think the Hoquiam program is trending in a really good direction. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do over the next couple of years. Tyson Perry for Monty, if you look, like, they had a huge win.
Yep.
Tenino,
Yeah.
I don't
He
think
did have a huge game, didn't he? Didn't 4 touchdowns?
4 touchdowns, no picks, 217 yards, I think. His completion percentage was great. Like, if I'm being honest, like, there's good Tyson Perry and there's bad Tyson Perry. Sometimes they both show up in the same game. Bad Tyson Perry turns the ball over. This was, from beginning to end, he looked so sharp. Some of the throws that he made were just awesome. He's really gotten good at the high lofting touch pass. The first one that he threw to Tarek Gunter was one of those, like, you would have loved it. It was like I'm going to loft the ball out in front of you. I'm going to let you find the next gear and go run under it. And Tarek was like, 5th gear, and he just ran right underneath it. It was perfect.
I do love those.
The touchdown pass that he threw to Torin in the game, absolute dime, outside shoulder, beautiful throw. Tyson was just incredibly sharp in this game.
Have you ever heard people always say sharp as a tack?
Yeah.
I feel like knives are sharper than tacks.
Sharp as a razor blade.
Ooh. Sharp as a laser.
He was sharp as a laser blade.
A laser blade?
A blazer. Well.
Oh, you're speaking my language now.
Blade.
Laser.
Blazer. And Franz Stelanaskevich Davidovitsky. If you're under the age of 30, you probably don't get that. That
really?
Was
Dodgeball's an old movie
It's
now?
an old movie now.
Oh,
yeah.
gosh.
Dodgeball's an old movie.
That
Yeah,
makes me sad.
Great game by Tyson Perry. But if you look, like, Monty did such a good job in that game with
11
their, like,
for 15, 215, and 4 touchdowns.
Really good. Really solid performance.
Yep.
If you look at, like, all of their wide receivers and running backs, they spread the ball out incredibly well.
Yeah.
Like, Torin had a great game, but I think he had something like 85 yards from scrimmage. You know, Tarek scored a couple touchdowns, but it was the same thing. Like, no running back had more than about 35 yards because they spread it around so well. And then also they had pretty much the whole second half, like maybe about midway through the third quarter, the second team offense was in. Fallon Verville, by the way, which I think I remember the name because he played on that Elma intermediate baseball team.
Yes.
So he's playing football for Monty. I don't know the connection, like if that was like a he lives in Monty but he plays Elma baseball thing, or if they moved, or exactly what happened.
Right.
But he's a freshman, and he got in at the end and looked really good. Just totally confused me because he was wearing 17, which is Tarek Gunter's number.
Oh,
They have
weird.
multiple guys wearing the same number.
Oh,
but he got in at the end of the game, scored a touchdown. I was like, oh, good job, Tarek. Wait a minute. That's not Tarek. So, yeah, really, I think good performances from the Monty football game. And if I were going to pick someone, it would definitely be Tyson because he just looked so good from beginning to end in that game.
Right.
But I think to continue to ignore what Lex is doing and what the Monty soccer team is doing, like continuing to do, that's a program.
It is a program.
Like that is a soccer program that has had continued success. They're again plowing through the competition, winning 8-0, and Lex has been scoring goals like crazy. So for her to have 4 goals, I think this is probably a good time for us to recognize her too.
Yeah, 4 goals in one game, and at least 2, maybe 3. My math wasn't great on that other game, but I like that. I'm with you. I'm thinking Lex Stanfield.
Okay.
Boom.
Sorry, Tyson.
You've been Lexed.
You've been
Stanfielded.
You've been Stanfielded.
It's happened to a lot of.
There's been a lot of athletes over the
Yes.
years on this show who have been Stanfielded because
Yes.
they did something great, but a Stanfield did something better. So,
Boom. Lex Stanfield, you are our Spivey Realty Athlete of the Week. Congratulations.
congratulations.
I did that on purpose.
Oh.
Porpoise. Go watch The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. It's a good movie. Seriously, awesome job. Is Lex the one who also was like, I'm going to decide to throw things this year?
That was Michaela.
Oh, okay.
That is just I know I've brought this up several times, but that's like a perfect example. It's like an encapsulation of what the Stanfield girls were and are.
I was going to say, they still
continuously because Michaela also still plays college soccer.
Yeah.
Where it's like Michaela just decided, I'm a really good athlete. I'm just going to do track my senior year, and I'm just going to pick up this spear and see how far I can throw it. And then she wins the state title in javelin. Not because she spent years, perfecting her craft.
The state title.
She's just a freak athlete.
The state title.
It was amazing. I think she I'd have to go back and confirm this, but I think she broke the school record.
Dude, that's so dumb.
For javelin that year. That's what the Stanfield girls are.
That's so dumb. Like there are people who train their whole lives chucking pointy things.
I don't have a ton of examples.
She's like, I can throw stuff.
And I don't have a ton of examples of this, but I feel the same way about Micah Schroeder with diving.
Yeah, yes.
Micah was like, I'm a freak athlete. I need something to do. I'm going to go dive.
Yes.
And then he joins the swim and dive team and finishes, I think, second in state.
Something stupid like that. Yeah.
It's crazy.
All right. Hey, did we mention that our sponsors are Spivey Realty Group? And, by the way, Lex Stanfield, our Spivey Realty Athlete of the Week, and the law office of Jeffrey A. Domashevitz.
Yeah.
Does that cover it?
I think so.
Okay, cool. It's now time for the third period of our Obvious Hockey Show, which my kids were playing hockey on the trampoline today.
Uh-huh.
And they were using a Duplo. Do you remember Duplos?
No.
They're like big Legos.
Bagos.
They were using that as a hockey puck and like a little plastic golf club as a hockey stick. And they were like going at it, like whacking that Duplo as the hockey puck. It was awesome.
Did anyone get hurt?
Oh, yeah.
One time I was doing something similar to that.
My kids, right?
So when I was a kid, one time I did something similar to that, but minus the trampoline. Like we were just playing.
Yeah.
It was like a plastic hockey set.
Yeah.
And I was playing with one of my friends inside his house, and he went to hit the puck, and he smacked me in the eye, and he popped a blood vessel in my eye.
Oh, the high stick, man.
So my eye was red for like 3 weeks.
That's like 2 minutes in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, and an eye appointment at the ophthalmologist.
Also,
What's the difference between
threw myself on the ground and cried. Your kids would have probably just been like, and then just popped up and just kept moving.
I don't know. Anchor gets pretty upset when Veda hits him sometimes.
Sometimes it doesn't even take hitting. Sometimes it just takes poking or bothering because she has middle child energy.
She does.
By the way, I have also.
Yes, you do. She will, if Anchor does not want to be touched, Veda all of a sudden, she wants to poke him That's the number one thing she wants to do in life.
I literally experienced this today.
Yeah.
In the car.
That was pretty funny, actually.
That was funny. Vada's the best. She has this like I've witnessed also this thing where like, you know, when like for example when Auntie Jo tells her not to do something, she has a vicious side eye.
Oh yeah, she
like
does.
The glare that she'll give you when you tell her not to do something. Yeah. So today, when I very politely said, "Hey Vada, maybe you shouldn't poke your brother if he's asking you not to."
Yeah. In the back seat of the car.
In the back seat of the car. She was in a rear-facing car seat.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to experience the glare.
Yes.
Which was good.
But you knew it was there.
I knew it was there, but I also invoked the power of Auntie Jo.
Yeah, that's true. You did. You said, pretend I'm Auntie Jo and do what I say.
I think Hannah would approve.
Yeah. Also, I love about that. What do I love about that story is her side eye is so strong that you could feel it. You didn't even have to see it.
I felt it. I did actually feel it.
Yeah. Earlier in the car trip, before you were in the car, Anchor got to play with a balloon, and Vada wanted the balloon, and she threw something and hit Anchor in the head with it.
What did she throw?
I still don't know. Anchor just said it was a very hard thing. I don't know what she threw, but he was not happy about it. By the way, what's the difference between an ophthalmologist and a optometrist? Because I've always been confused about that.
One of them is an eye doctor, and the other one is an eye doctor.
An ophthalmologist is a medical doctor specializing in eye diseases and performing surgeries, and an optometrist provides primary eye care, including eye exams and prescribing glasses and contact lenses.
Is this like a psychologist versus a psychiatrist thing? Like
Kind
one
of.
of them can prescribe medicine and the other one can't?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Andrew, or this is Andrew, he said, didn't we do a D-line or something back in the day for Athlete of the Week? I don't remember that. If we did...
Andrew, if that's contrary to what we were saying, shut up.
I can see, like...
What else you got in there? I usually read the comments.
There's not that many. Don't ignore some of them. They're
Okay.
Carolina-related.
Oh, you know what cracks me up about about Carolina is Unk. Doesn't that mean old person in like new kid slang?
Yes.
It's so perfect that Bill Belichick is the coach for Unk.
We don't need to talk about that anymore. You're right about that, but we don't need to go any further into it or how horrible they are. Because they're bad.
Justin, have you even remotely seen what the Beavers have done this year?
No.
Don't.
Okay.
We are both in it together, my man. Like
it's painful though.
The Beavers are so bad. We just lost to Appalachian State. And the week before, we couldn't even kick a field goal. We had like 3 of them blocked or something like that.
Did Appalachian State recruit some of the skinwalkers who live in the mountains there?
Oh, probably. Dude, I was actually thinking about that when I was watching the game. I was like, Appalachia? I know about this place. That place be haunted and wicked.
Demons.
Yes.
Yes.
Dude, my guy.
King?
Yeah. So true. Any other comments there?
I just got a notification from Oregon State football. What is this?
Why did you get a notification? Are they saying that they're
going
to fire their
Jamie
coach?
Christian has been relieved of his duties.
Oh, is that their defensive coach or
It
offensive
just
coach?
says
Because
Coach
either
Jamie
one,
Christian, I don't know.
either one, valid. So they're firing people now. Hey, Trent Bray, do better. But also, the transfer portal sucks.
Who is Jamie Christian for Oregon State?
Is he offensive or defensive?
He's a football coach. It's not helpful. Hold on.
A football coach.
It says he's a special teams coordinator and running backs coach.
Okay, that checks out. Their special teams has been real bad.
Okay.
They've been really bad.
Literally, I asked Siri what he was, and it said he's a football coach.
Football coach.
Not helpful.
Oh, do you want to try and like make up a 2-minute drill, or do you want to just talk about the Mariners game last night?
Oh, little Daniel says Appalachia is his country.
Is it really?
Little Daniel,
No.
don't go outside into the woods and whistle.
No,
Don't whistle in the woods.
No, where's Appalachia? Appalachia.
Listen to Blurry Creatures and Aaron Rodgers' estranged brother.
Oh, dude, he does love Blurry Creatures.
He's part of the Blurryverse?
Dude, he's got like T-shirts and everything.
Good for him.
Appalachian
That's a good show.
Mountains. I need a map.
I thought it was
of this
Virginia.
place. That's what I thought. And he's like down in like Tennessee, Kentucky. Oh, apparently the Appalachia is much larger than I knew of. And it does go into Tennessee. Look, dude, Appalachia's huge.
You thought that little Daniel was a liar?
I mean, Appalachia's, I think of Virginia.
Me too.
So that's why I was thinking. I didn't know.
But I never outwardly called little Daniel a
Dude,
liar.
it goes like all the way down into like Georgia and Mississippi and Missouri.
Listen, I'm not a geography expert, but those places are all pretty close together.
Dude, I'm also guessing that that's what these are because I don't actually know what those states are.
That one's Georgia, for
this
sure.
one's Georgia,
Yeah.
but what are these two?
Iowa.
What's that? No, it's not Iowa. What are those two states?
One of them's Missouri.
I
So the
think
other
you're
one's got to
right.
be Kansas, right?
No.
Wait, no, Kansas is northern.
Is over here.
It's northern, northwest, yeah.
No, what? Northern?
Of there, northern of there. Kansas is, right? Or is Kansas right next to Missouri?
I think Kansas might be right next to Missouri.
Should we look up a
Because
U.S.
Kansas
map?
State, Kansas City is in Missouri and Missouri. Where's Kansas City? Dude, this is what our
Gotta look it
listeners
up.
want and love.
Yes, it is.
No, not Kansas City Chiefs. I would just want Kansas City.
Oh, that was Alabama and Mississippi. Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi.
I forget Alabama.
Missouri and Kansas are northwestern of that, like I said. I did say
look,
that.
And look at this. I said that Missouri, Kansas is in Missouri and Kansas.
Everybody knows that, Daniel. Go on.
You're right. My bad. Did you watch the Mariners game last night? You think you can filibuster for like 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Because I need to take a break for perfectly natural, understandable reasons.
Of course. I did not watch the Mariners game, so let's talk about the fact that I didn't watch the Mariners game for 5 minutes while Daniel goes to the bathroom for totally normal reasons. Actually, what I would like to do since I'm left to my own devices is talk a little bit more about Monty football and Aberdeen football. I think if I do a little bit of a closer examination of what Monty did against Tenino, I think going into that game, we had two undefeated teams, and I think that if we examine what the general feeling was on both of those teams, like everyone felt like Monty was definitely better than Tenino, and they would be favored in that game. But for them to dominate the game the way that they did, remaining undefeated, I think kind of cements the fact that this Montesano team with 18 seniors on it is one of the top tier of teams. Now, we've seen over the last several years, Royal is kind of Royal. They're maybe number 1. They're maybe number 0. Royal this week took overtime to beat Kashmir. And I'm sure Kashmir is a good team. They're always really good. But I think it's possible that this year's Royal team is not quite as invincible as some of the previous Royal teams have been. So I don't think it's unfair to say now at this point that if there's a top tier of teams, that Monty is on it. And I don't know if there's one team in 1A football that stands out so far above the rest like Royal has for the last few years.
I thought we were talking about Mariners baseball. How did
you left me alone.
Yeah, and all of a sudden I come back to Royal football?
Well, Monty football, which led to Royal football, because Royal took overtime to beat Kashmir this week.
Ooh.
And Monty, I think
interesting.
what I was saying to the audience of however many is I think
Daniel and Andrew?
There was 8 last time I looked, but yeah, we're
8.
We're a big deal.
Big time.
This particular Monty team, we go through waves. This one has 18 seniors on it. They went up against Tenino, and Tenino, I'm not saying that they're great, but they were undefeated going into it. Statement win, like big-time win.
Statement win?
Only not in the sense that, like, Tenino is great, but in the sense that, like, they just really shoved their face. And then even Monty's JV went in and scored a touchdown.
Beat the Schleimo out of
And then it's also like it's like Monty's JV offense goes in and they're handing the ball off to Carter Conklin-Smith because there's so many players on the Monty offense that like when you go in, you give the ball to a guy who is really good.
Yeah.
Because their offense is so stacked with skill players.
Yeah.
I was just saying, I think it's fair to put this Monty team on the top tier, which I've been hesitant to do in previous years. I've always kind of been like, I think they can compete, but Royal is always number 0. And I think that it's possible this year that Royal is a little bit more vulnerable. They're still really good.
Yeah.
But they took overtime to beat Kashmir. Kashmir is also typically very good.
Do they not have any like Redenbachs or Arnbachs?
All Reds.
All Reds.
Last year they had an All Red who scored 6 touchdowns in the title game, but he graduated.
Oh. No All Reds.
All Reds are being like churned out at an incredible rate, so I'm sure that there are either All Reds or people with All Red blood on the team.
Ooh, All Red blood.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I'm sure that
better than All Blue blood.
Royal's going to be amazing, and there are some really good teams in the state, but there's not like the one boogeyman out there that I'm looking at. Like Royal was last year. I was like, a lot of these teams are really good, but Royal is like they're number 0. Who's going to beat Royal?
Yeah.
And I think my feeling of 1A football this year is that there's like a top tier, and I want to put Monty on it.
Ooh.
I think they're really good. They're very experienced. They have a ton of seniors. They have great depth of skill position players. They're a little bit thinner on the interior, on the offense and defensive line.
So like literally thinner?
In some ways, but also
you want
like
them to be a little bit beefier.
I meant more in depth.
Do we need to start like buying them some food?
To the point that if some of them got injured, I'd be worried.
Oh, okay.
But like on the interior in these games, they've looked pretty good. So I'm feeling very optimistic about what the long-term possibilities are for this Monty team.
Nice.
But I also wanted to discuss just slightly longer before we move on about
because we
Aberdeen
only have like 2 minutes till the Mariners game starts.
Okay, let's do it in 45
All
seconds.
right, go. Aberdeen football.
Aberdeen football. I thought I listened on and off to what the broadcast was that Ian was doing. It was hard because I was at the Monty football game, but I was kind of paying attention as we were going. And I expected when I found out that Micah and Adonis were out that this was going to be a slaughter.
Right.
I know WF West traditionally amazing. This year they're still really good, but they're not quite as great as they've been previous years.
Yeah.
That they might have been vulnerable, but I was like, okay, well, 2 of your best skill players are out. You're not going to really have a chance. So it was really fun and exciting throughout the first half to feel like not only are they in this game, they're winning this game.
Right.
Obviously, the wheels fell off in the second half.
I was supposed to be there, too. Maybe it's my fault.
Probably. Well, it's Ian's fault mostly,
my
but it might be yours
sick.
a little bit.
My family was sick.
So Ian and Daniel are the reason why Aberdeen didn't hang on in that one.
Yeah.
But just the fact that they competed so hard against, like, if you going into the season, everybody would have been like, okay, well, you're not beating Tumwater or WF West, so hopefully you can finish 3rd in league.
Right.
The fact that they played so competitive against that team for as long as they did into that game, I think is pretty encouraging. And, you know, Ian kind of had what happened?
Kenny just told me that Knight Turpin had 30 total tackles.
I'm skeptical.
That's a ton.
I also heard that a defensive lineman for Hoquiam had 19 tackles the other day. And I'm not.
Are you starting to beef with Hoquiam right
I'm
now?
not saying it's wrong, but I'm going to say I'm skeptical.
That's a lot.
That's like okay, Daniel. Okay, you and I covered a game for Joel DeBlanco.
Where he had what,
24?
Something like that.
He was in the 20s.
Yeah.
But that was a game where I was like, that guy was around the ball every play. Every single play.
We couldn't stop saying his name.
No. I just
30 total tackles.
I trust Kenny, but I'm skeptical.
I need to talk to Kenny. He said that he was going to try and watch the film himself because remember, he wasn't at the game.
Right.
So he just told me, "Hey, I'm going to just try and watch the film and count." And so what is a because it's not he's not saying 30 solo tackles.
Right.
So what is
even 30 assisted tackles?
What does it take to get in on an assisted tackle?
That's a good point. You have to be like part of actually bringing the runner down.
Okay.
Like you can't jump on a pile at the end or be like someone who just barely touches. Like you can't credit 5 guys with a tackle.
Oh, dude. So like
it's got to be like the 1 or 2 guys who are most responsible for bringing him down.
You're telling me that I only had like 3 total tackles in my entire career then?
But how many interceptions?
A lot.
And passes defensed.
More interceptions than passes defensed. Probably.
You know why?
Because I look for the
the ball. Okay, so this is so good. I was talking to Peyton about this. My son plays linebacker in college now.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him about a play that we watched where the defensive back didn't turn around, and I was like, ooh, I hope Daniel doesn't watch that play. And he's like, why? And I was like, well, because if that guy had turned around, he would have gotten an interception.
Yeah.
And Peyton went into this thing where he's like, well, when you play defense, they actually teach you to do this and this. And I was like, but if he turned around, he would have intercepted the ball. And Peyton was like, well, it's not that easy. And I said, you need to talk to Daniel.
Yes. Because Peyton, that is what defensive coaches teach you.
There's something,
and they're wrong.
Yeah,
they are wrong.
Yeah.
Because even in the pros, but like up through college football, if a quarterback makes a perfect pass, give it to him. But most of the time, the ball is underthrown, and if you would have just turned around, you would make a catch and you would intercept the ball. And in my reality, an interception.
This is your truth?
My truth. Intercepting the ball 50% of the time is worth that 10% of the time you give up a touchdown.
Okay.
Like, that's my thought. Or even not a touchdown, because most of the time you can still make the tackle.
Yeah.
Afterwards. That was my strategy.
I
As soon
agree
as
with
the
you.
receiver turned his head, I'm turning into the receiver.
I agree. Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with you. But my main takeaway from all this was that I was very encouraged by what Aberdeen did.
Right.
And
right.
I feel like this Aberdeen team has a pretty solid shot to make the state playoffs.
Yeah.
Like their path to the state playoffs is
it's there, man.
It's there. Absolutely.
This is you were talking about Monty's experience in seniors.
Yeah.
Aberdeen's got a ton too.
Absolutely.
And a group that you like too. Like you start reading down the names and you're like, oh, I like that kid. I like that kid. I like that kid. This is a squad, man. Yeah. They have some seniors on there that you like.
Well,
all
obviously,
of what they do.
You know, we already mentioned Micah and Adonis, and hopefully those guys will be able to come back. I know
Yep.
Micah's dealing with a knee thing that he might be able to play through.
Yeah.
Adonis, we're not exactly sure what's going on.
Yep.
Heard potentially collarbone, but not sure how serious it is.
I hope not.
Hope it's not. But like
you got Sam Schreiber. Riley Wixon has been a monster so far this year.
Yep. Luke Martin
playing
defense.
free safety. Carter Kolodzi playing on the line. There's just kids. Ryder Creamer playing defensive end and tight end. Like, he's a stud. There's so many kids up and down this lineup that you're like, yeah, that dude's a baller.
Yeah.
And you just hope that, because in football, you don't need talent. I mean, you don't only need talent. You also need luck.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you have the most talented team and then half your team gets hurt.
Yep.
So you need everything to fall into place. And so that's what I'm praying for this team is that everything falls into place and they can make that run in the playoffs.
I would just encourage people, just don't count them out. Like, this is an Aberdeen team that's absolutely capable of doing some stuff.
Right.
What the stuff is and how long it lasts is up for debate.
Yep.
But this is a capable Aberdeen team.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a real brief Mariners recap because the game's about to start.
Yeah.
And it's
woo.
And then Julio and Cal decided to play baseball.
Yeah.
And the pitching did really well.
Yeah.
And I really dislike that George Kirby apparently gets absolutely crushed by this one player. Kenny says, yeah, he was all over the field, by the way. So Knight definitely has the speed to be all over the field. So
I wasn't questioning the fact that he had a great game, by the way.
No, I know you weren't. So George Kirby has one player Kerry Carpenter, who just hits the crap out of him. He
Mm-hmm.
got through him twice, and they decided to leave him in for the third time. And also there was a stat that says, hey, not only does Kerry Carpenter hit George Kirby, but he hits George Kirby fastballs. That's all they were throwing him the last at bat, and he hits a nuke for a 2-run dinger. So there's that decision, and then you get into reliever talk, and would I have gone with Carlos Vargas? Probably not. But you know what all of this is swept away by? If the Mariners had hit. And Cal Raleigh and Julio Rodriguez each had 3 hits. Everybody else had 0.
What
So
about those
I'm not going to
big
put
time trade acquisitions
Yeah,
at the deadline?
I'm not going to put this on the pitchers. They gave up 3 runs in 11 innings. This was the hitter's fault. And Josh Naylor, he smoked one. By the way, you mentioned his name, just crushed one right at somebody. So that happens.
Mhm.
But, like, everybody, like, the hitters need to hit. And now it's time for us to go watch the Mariners play because I'm pretty sure it started.
Okay.
And I'm going to have a stroke probably. But
If they lose this one, oh gosh.
if they lose this one, you got to go win 2 at Detroit, which is doable.
Mhm.
But then you have to face Tarek Skubal for the second time in Game 5 at
Oh,
Safeco.
Scooble's name is Tarek?
Yeah. So now you like him because you like Tarek Gunter.
Tarek's so cool.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about breakfast food real quick?
Yeah.
What is your favorite breakfast?
Steak
Like-
and eggs.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So see, that's not one that's brought up very often because steak is not just a breakfast food.
It's not just a breakfast food, but
So
in
can
my
I
house,
count-
steak is a breakfast food.
Dude, I want steak. For
Steak is a breakfast, lunch, and dinner food around here.
Can I have some breakfast?
Well, it's not. It's evening now.
Well, can I have some? You just said it was breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh, well, I think dinner tonight is actually chicken.
So you're lying. You're lying to me.
It's not breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day, but it is. I like to pan fry steaks for breakfast.
Okay, so take me through steak and eggs.
Okay.
How do you prepare it?
So
Because I can't argue it. Because I was getting ready to be like, if you said pancakes, I was gonna say waffles. If you said French toast, I was gonna say something else.
yeah.
If you said biscuits and gravy, like I was ready, but then you just come out hot with steak and eggs, and I'm like,
Yeah.
well, you can't freaking beat steak in like any mealtime discussion.
Do you want me to say something different?
No, you already
Okay.
said steak and eggs, so,
So-
now I want to know how you do it.
I like to pan fry the steak. So you just you start by setting the pan on high.
Okay.
You get a nice high heat, but before you put the
pan on high.
well,
Sounds
you
like
got to
a,
be
like,
careful.
glorious.
You have to be
like a
careful
righteous
because
pan.
I only use butter. I don't use Pam, and I don't use seed oils or olive oil.
You don't even. What about avocado oil?
Avocado oil, okay, but like for me, I prefer to just go butter.
I like butter too. Yeah,
So
like,
I choose to buy the high quality butter
There we
over the
go.
low quality
we
butter.
use ghee because my wife can't have
Ghee
like,
works
the
too.
Milk parts of butter.
Yeah, ghee works too.
Okay.
But you slap some of that on there.
Slap it.
You start out by getting it nice and hot, but then you turn it down from like an 8 to about a 4. So you
Sorry.
go high off the bat, but you can't go high and then put the butter or the ghee on, or you can get fire.
So how do you do it?
So you start out high and then you turn it down to 4. So you get the pan pretty hot. You want it to be hot, but you don't want it to stay hot. So then you put your butter on. You let it go around. Like you pick up the pan and you kind of make it go all around the pan so it's nice and nonstick.
Okay.
Then you put the steak on.
Okay.
You go just till it's browned
All right.
on one side. You get a little bit of a sear. If it doesn't get a full sear, it's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
The main thing is you don't want to overcook the inside. So you go till it gets a little bit brown, you flip it over, and then you take your meat thermometer.
See, I've never had the problem of overcooking meat, like from pan searing it. Usually, like when I sear it on one side, sear it on the other. Am I heating the pan too hot so that
Probably.
it sears really quick because
Yeah.
the middle is still like alive?
I'm going to say, yeah, you probably have the pan too hot.
Okay.
You want to, like, if you're frying it on the stovetop, you probably want to be, when you're actually cooking it, you want to be at like a 4. Like pretty low. You start hot so that the pan gets really hot, but when you're actually cooking it, like the actual temperature that it stays, you want to be on the lower side.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Blowing my mind. Do you use cast iron?
You can use cast iron. I usually just use a regular frying pan.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
cast iron's fine, but I don't like dealing with it afterwards.
dude.
Yeah.
King. Yeah. So true.
So if you keep it on
Okay.
low, you get it until it's really nice and brown on one side, then you flip it over, and then you use my meat thermometer. Typically, you want steak to be like somewhere between 110 and 120 for medium rare.
Okay.
But for whatever reason, when you pan fry, it's always going to show lower than it actually is. So I pull my steaks at 100. So
Really?
if it gets to 100, I'm pulling that steak off.
So I probably still want it at like 115.
You probably go 110, 115.
I like a true medium.
Yeah.
I like pink but not bloody.
Yeah. I like pink and bloody.
Yeah.
Like a little bit bloody. I like it
My
rare.
my dad likes it like you like it.
Yeah.
And so when we go places, we order it the same, and I know that restaurants
That was overcooked.
they tend to overcook
Always.
it.
I order rare at a restaurant because I know it's going to come medium rare.
And my dad orders it medium rare,
Yeah.
and I order it medium, and we both. Well, I'm excited, and he doesn't like it.
Yeah, so that's the way you do that. And then so my preference is to take the steak off, then you cook the eggs.
Oh, okay.
I do
Same pan, so it gets
same
some of
pan.
that steak juice
Yep.
on it.
So I go over easy
Steak
on
juice.
the eggs because I like a little
So-
runny yolk.
My kids, I found out this morning, hate the runny yolk.
So they go over hard, or do you go scrambled?
My son likes the over hard.
Okay.
I accidentally
too.
made him over easy, and Anchor was not having it.
Yeah.
He was like, "Put this back on that pan."
Over hard is good too. I'm not
Yeah.
going to complain about that. I like
Yeah.
it that way, but I like, especially if I have a meat underneath it, I
Mm.
like the yolk running over the meat.
Yeah.
So my preference is to take the steak, and then while the eggs are cooking, I cut it into strips,
Ooh.
and then put the strips sideways on a plate, and then slap the eggs on top of it.
Ooh.
So then I got strips of steak with the yolk like soaking into it.
Oh.
It's really good.
I'm so hungry now.
Glad I could help.
Yeah.
What's your favorite breakfast food?
Well, you know what? I like a good chicken fried steak too.
Yeah.
Like chicken fried the meat scrambles you get at restaurants are pretty good.
Yes.
But growing up, I always liked the Belgian waffle with strawberries and like strawberry syrup.
Yeah. I'm less of a sweet breakfast guy than I used to be.
Me too. But
I do like that. Like I like a waffle with fresh fruit on it.
Yes.
Yeah. And like whipped cream.
Oh,
But
yeah.
no, I don't like maple syrup.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's gross.
What about like the real, like even real maple syrup?
It's just too sweet.
Okay.
I feel like I'm just dumping a spoonful of sugar in my mouth. I just don't like it.
Yeah. Have you been to Brunch 101?
Yes.
Have you had their Thai chicken and waffles?
Yes. Actually, I got that last time I was there. It was really good.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now I'm hungry.
I think we need to end our show.
Okay.
So we can go get some food.
Okay.
Thank you for bearing with us without our producer. So for our trusty, not so trusty because he's not here, producer Andrew, I'm going to go shoot some things gross.
And my co-host Daniel, I'm really nervous about the Mariners game, Hargrove.
And my co-host Justin, I hedged my bets by rooting for the Orioles who turned out to suck this year, Damashevitz.
That doesn't hurt me.